Difference in Jesus Christ in today's gospel, a girl is restored to life and a woman is healed from her hemorrhages, a kind of disease. So, in the first case, a girl was restored to life. So that the father of the girl, he was Jairus. He was a great person. He was a popular person. He had a high post in the synagogue. Like he was considerably an important person in the synagogue. So he was there to do the administration, and he was there to order the service details and so on in the synagogue. So this person, this time that Jews were not liking Jesus, and then the Pharisees and so on. So they don't want to allow Jesus into the synagogue. So at this point of time, this person Jairus, who was the president of the synagogue, he did not hesitate. He was humbly asking Jesus to help him. To help him. What was the help? His daughter was ill, so he was asking Jesus, Lord, come and help. In the sense. And then what happened? As he was hearing the news, and he was on his way to heal the daughter of the president of the synagogue. On his way, and a woman touches his cloth, and then she got healed. So, knowing that some power has gone out of him, Jesus began to ask, Who touched me? Who touched me? And the disciples are telling, Lord, see how much crowd is there. Many people are there. How will you find out who has touched you? Or even I myself have touched you simply. In the sense, I might have touched you, or that person might have touched you. But we cannot say exactly who touched you. But these answer the disciples were giving in the sense, so they did not understand, or they did not know the intention with which Jesus was asking them the question. So the intention of Jesus was, his power has gone out because somebody has touched it. It's not that simply everyone is touching him. Surely everyone will touch. It's not that simple thing. If a person, if a priest is coming, no, if a priest is coming, a well-known priest, or whom people believe that he has God, he reveals God to us. He is a person who represents God, and there is a grace in him. There is a hollow on his face, on his head. So if sometimes people believe in that, so what they will do, they will come and touch the person. They'll come and touch the person, or else you see, in the case of, if you take any actor, the people are ready to get an autography, or ready to touch the person, or take a selfie with the person, selfie with the actor, and so on. So these things are happening. So similarly, so in the case of that thing, the one of them were many were touching, the disciples could have seen it, because like bodyguard, they are around Jesus to take care of Jesus. Like in present world, actors are having bodyguards, like that. Disciples were there, and they see that many are touching him, men and women are touching him. So that's why they were telling, okay, many are touching you, Jesus. But Jesus experienced the power that had gone out of him because a woman had touched him. The woman, he did not know who was that. So then, as he was asking, the woman who touched him, with a lot of fear and embarrassment, she was coming, because women were not respected in that time, because they were considered as unclean. They were considered as unclean, and besides that, she is a woman who has got hemorrhages. That is a particular kind of disease. She will be, it is bleeding her body, and so the blood is bleeding from her body. So she could not stop it, and many doctors she had gone through, and she was treated. But the more she was treating it, the worst it became. So, and then with hesitant, she was coming slowly and approaching Jesus, saying that, it was I who touched, and began to tell her story. Though it is not mentioned in the gospel, she began to tell about her story. Could have been like narrated how 12 years, 12 years, she would have narrated about 1 hour or 2 hours, who knows. But the the gospel writer did not mention it, but we can reflect in that way. We can reflect it because women have many things to tell. When you say one thing, so they will somehow they will elaborate it, or they have the capacity to tell that one thing with extra things, or not extra things in the sense, but they will narrate in such a way like inch by inch or step by step. So like that, that woman was explaining everything to Jesus. I went to this doctor, I went to that person, that physician, and I went to this physician. And as she was telling, and then Jesus was listening, and then finally he concludes, what? Woman, your faith has made you well. And then now a person or a disciple from a man from Jairus' house comes and tells her, your daughter is dead. And why do you trouble the teacher? Some raise a question. And then Jesus goes there and he sees that there are wailing women. So these people are paid to wail at that at the funeral time, because it is one way of respecting the dead person. We may think that okay, it is artificially they are asking a women to cry for them, but we may think like that, but in those time it was a respect that is paid to the person who died. So in that Jesus goes there and he was sending them out, go there, she's not dead, she's alive. And there what happens, that Jesus raises that daughter to life. So from this passage what we can understand is that the person Jairus, who is considered to be a president and who is considered to be a well-known person, important person, he comes to Jesus humbly in the time of need, asking him to help. Though Jesus was being rejected by the Pharisees and so on, he was there, one of the important person in the synagogue, a president of the synagogue. He's there to order the services, he's there to administer in the synagogue. But he was coming and asking Jesus. This is one point we can know it. And then secondly, that women got healed. Jesus has got the power to heal, and it is up to us when we go to him and ask him with faith and trust. Then only that healing can take place, dear friends. So healing can take place in many ways. From what you want to get healed, whether you want to get healed from your sickness, physical sickness, or you want to get healed from your mental sickness, or you want to get healed from whatever the difficulties or problems, anything that you come to Jesus and ask for it, and Jesus is there to heal your problem. Jesus is there to console your problem, dear friends. We need to have faith in him, and then humbly, like that person Jairus, we have to come to Jesus, and surely Jesus will help us, and he will be with us, and he will not leave us, dear friends. So let us come to him with faith and trust that he will solve all our problems. Thank you.